Hi guys, welcome to a special edition of Nonny. Can you believe it? I'm away from my desk and I'm behind the scenes in the gallery. Why? Because earlier this year I had a special sit down with the Afrobeat sensation Simi. We had lots to talk about, but we started with why she was here in London. Thank you so much, Simi. And we were saying off camera, you are literally busy. You've been everywhere. Tell me about your trip to London this time.
This is a media tour for my concert, like you said, happening on the 11th of November. Simi live in London, O2 Islington.
I'll be there.
Yeah,
VIP, backstage access, yeah? So
Sure.
what's London like to you? How do you describe it? Because throughout the summer, so many Afrobeat artists have been here. Wiz, Davido, Adekunle Gold, Fowls. Why is London kind of the benchmark for you?
I think that, first of all, you know that there's like loads of Nigerians here. First of all, I'm a Nigerian, and then there's loads of Africans here. And Afrobeat specifically is becoming like a big thing, you know, outside of Africa. And, you know, we're just spreading the word. We're trying to spread the gospel, you know, and just, you know, tell people.
Fly the flag, right?
Exactly, yeah, and show them what we have and see and make sure that they fall in love with it and never want to do without it.
Tell me about your position in the industry, because I said so many artists have been coming, are here, but most of them are male. You know, we've spoken to Tiwa on the channel, and of course Yemi Alade is a friend of us, but there's just not enough of you. Do you kind of feel that? Yeah,
definitely. Women generally have to do like double the work for half the results, you know, and it's actually wild, because I went somewhere yesterday and they did like a top 10 thing, and he was telling me that usually people come and nobody suggests female songs.
Wow.
It's like we just keep their minds or something, you know, I don't know. So I feel like, you know, we have to constantly prove ourselves, you know, and you know, it's not like we're doing like shoddy work, you know, but still we have to constantly prove ourselves and show that we're worth the attention, worth the trouble.
That's quite interesting, isn't it? Because of course women everywhere, in every industry, every job, whether it's creative or not, can feel that way. But I would say in kind of most other genres, women are doing it. You know, there's that Nicki Cardi B, Beyonce's on top of her game. We've got Adele, who's kind of based here. But what is it about the Afrobeat scene? Why do you think it is so hard for women to break the mold?
I think that one of the reasons would be it's kind of an African thing, where there's a very profound and pronounced patriarchy system, you know, where guys, you know, tend to have the upper hand. It's a worldwide thing, but it's especially like intense in Africa. Yeah, of course. I think it just kind of seeps into, you know, the music as well. You know?
Have you found that hard, because you're a girl in a household of 3 guys, 3 boys? Oh my! I can imagine just how overprotective. Where do you kind of fall in that kind of sibling ladder? Are you the last child?
Yes.
The blessing from God for your mom. Like, are they very overprotective of you? So are you kind of used to being around guys?
Yeah, growing up, my brothers were really overprotective of me, and I was kind of a chronic tomboy.
Really?
Growing up, yeah. And I think because my mom, as much as, you know, like that's like the patriarchy thing is like kind of a norm in Africa. My mom kind of I wasn't entrenched in the same values. You know, they never like made me feel like, oh, I'm a girl, so I matter less or I'm valued less. You know, everybody had the same say. Everybody was respected the same. So I think that having that in my background, my foundation, kind of contributed to, you know, a healthier mindset than you know, than is usual. So and you know, I grew up with boys, so it's very hard for me to be intimidated by boys. Good
for you. Same as me. You know, you have to kind of push through it, but you have to, especially you know, in the creative industry. I also was reading about you being in gospel. Now, gospel, if we talk about Nigeria and the patriarchal system, Christianity and religion is entrenched in the culture. Was it scary for you to kind of break free and go to secular music? Can you tell me about how you managed to do it?
It was very unnerving, but I think it was mostly internal. I used to, because all I'd done before then was gospel music. So because I wanted to start writing. Nobody made me do gospel, first of all. You know, so the pressure wasn't that, oh, what would people say? You know, I've never been about that, but I was worried, like, would I be able to pull it off? This is what I know. You know, so can I really come out and, you know, do something different?
Why though? Why did you do it?
I wanted to tell all the stories.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to be able to express all my experiences. You know, I didn't just want it to be about my religious beliefs. So I wanted to be a musician. I wanted to be an artist, a complete artist. And that's really what was behind it.
Has there been any backlash for that?
Actually, barely. You know?
Good.
Yeah, I actually expected more. Because you know how it can be.
Gosh, of course.
You know, I expected more judgment and everything, but there were a lot of people that supported me. I think people just sensed that, you know, I was just trying to live my truth, and I try to be as genuine as possible. Yeah. You know, and I feel like people could sense that, and you know, like even if there was judgment, I know because I'm stubborn, so I would have just, you know, ridden it through. But people were very supportive.
Good, and they should be, because you're so talented.
Thank you.
Do you identify as a Christian?
Yeah, definitely.
You do?
Yes.
So then how do you find that balance then between, you know, staying dedicated to your faith and, you know, the foundations of the Bible, yet being in a secular world? And Afrobeats now, girl, I've seen some of those videos. It's becoming like, you know, hip hop. You know, the way the girls are dressed and the kind of lyrics that they're talking about. Not all Afrobeats, but some. Yeah. Do you sometimes feel like, if I now do this, it's too much?
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like there's definitely boundaries, you know, for me as a person, not just as a Christian, as a human being. Yeah. You know, the things that I wouldn't put in my, you know, in my videos, for example, or that I wouldn't like sing about, you know, like, I mean, every day you question your boundaries as well.
Course,
you know, every day you,
whether you're a Christian or not, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, like, I'm not perfect. You know, I'm still learning, but I do have boundaries, and the things that I am okay with, and the things that I'm not okay with, and I'm not making music to fit into a status quo. I'm trying to express, you know, and tell people how I feel.
Yeah, as a true artist. Yes. Do you feel it's difficult as a woman being in Afrobeats? Because gosh, you know, I was in Lagos recently, and you know, the parties, the access you have, and as you said, Nigeria is very patriarchal. Some Nigerian men objectify women. Do you sometimes, can you feel that as a woman in the industry? You know, people trying to pull you this way, pull you that way, rumors about who you're sleeping with, etc., etc.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, recently, my album was like a year old, I think, a few days ago. Yeah. And it's one of the things that I was talking about, where I felt like some people were fixated on things that I felt like shouldn't matter as much, like all the things you were saying, you know, things that probably wouldn't put guys, you know, the kind of standards they wouldn't put guys, you know, up to. And it's tough, you know, because, you know, you're proving yourself to people that really don't even care about you.
You're right.
You know, like, because I feel like the people that genuinely love you, even if they don't necessarily like everything you're doing, they're there as like your family, you know, but constantly people that are like on you, and it's especially worse for women, you know. So yeah, it's actually, you know, pretty tough, but I'm a tough girl.
You're right. Do you know what? And the thing is as well, Simi, the Nigerian crowd is tough, especially on social media. You know, I was talking to Tiwa Savage about this, you know, and there's been so many rumors about her and Wizkid. Of course, her marriage has been in the public eye. Do you find that social media is too much? You've got over 1 million followers on Instagram. I want to follow, by the way. I'm going to take your phone. I want to follow. But do you feel sometimes that you just can't look at all the comments because it draws you in? It's just so addictive, and then you start questioning who you are.
I feel like for you to do something, like to be in a line of work that requires you to be in the limelight, you need to have like very thick skin. Yeah. You know, you need to have an amazing sense of self-worth. You need to have great self-esteem, because people, no matter what you do in this life, there's nothing in this life that you do that you can please everybody with. It's impossible, you know. And as soon as you understand that, there's just there's no insecurity. Yeah. Because you just know that you're good enough. You know that you're worth the trouble. You know that, you know, one person's opinion doesn't decide who you are.
You're so right. But does it, you know, and on Nonny we talk about so many things. Like recently we spoke about bullying with, you know, children going back to school. Yeah. And even if you are kind of, you know, you've got a solid foundation, you're embedded in the word, some things must hurt.
There are times that I've seen things that hurt, but you just have to,
You're human.
That's what it is. I mean, even if it's not social media, even if I'm not an artist, people will say things to me that I don't like. You know, even when I was still in the beginning of my hustle.
Yeah.
You know, the people that gave me advice that, you know, kind of burned, but I learned from it. Yeah. And sometimes I just know how to tune it out. If it's not important, if it hurts, then it goes away. Yeah. It's like a wound, it goes away. So I don't dwell on it, because if it's not important, and it might seem sometimes when I say it, sometimes it seems like, because the people, I've seen times where people say stuff in comments, like you said, and my friends call me.
Really?
Yeah,
it's kind of other people.
And I'm like, nah, I'm good.
I didn't even see it.
Sometimes I don't even see it. Like, I don't, most of those blogs, especially those caustic ones, I don't follow them. Yeah. I know what I'm looking for. You know, like, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm actually genuinely fine. You know, because I know that, like, it's like, if it's not important, then it's not important.
I can see it, and it's kind of growing out of you, you know, a kind of, no, because you can see that you are really confident and assured within yourself, and I think that's important. Maybe that's kind of why you stayed out of the gossip blogs, and we all know them on social media. But I would say your name's not in there really, but there is that thing about Adekunle Gold. Are you with him? Are you not with him? You're a very beautiful lady, you're talented, and Adekunle Gold is obviously quite deep. Are you dating?
Yeah. Can't say that.
Oh gosh, when you hear things like that, boy, I think I know what it means. Sadly, no love life news, but you see, I did try. Anyway, join us again in part 2 for more discussions with Simi. Welcome back to Nonny, where I'm chatting exclusively to Simi. Now, Simi, I must ask you, do you kind of feel like now being a singer isn't enough? That you've got to have something else? You've got to be like an entrepreneur? Yeah. Are there any things that you're working on?
Yeah, actually, I don't want to jinx it, but there are things that I'm, you know, music is my love, you know, but there are other things that I definitely, you know, dabbling in even agriculture.
Wow. Yeah. Can you tell me about that?
So basically, although I don't really, you can call me like an illiterate in that department, but
me too, so don't worry. I'll just nod my head and wish you well, but go on.
But I'm working with people that getting like farms and just, you know, planting crops, and just, you know, I want to see where it can go, you know, and also fashion as well, and just, you know.
And your fashion style, gosh, I don't want you to stand up because of the mic, but you're very eclectic. Yeah. You're quite petite, but how would you describe your sense of style?
I just like comfort.
Yeah?
I just like to be comfortable.
And those heels are high, or they don't look comfortable.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't wear heels I barely wear heels, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
But sometimes I like to wear heels, sometimes I don't. I just like to be comfortable. I like to wear things that, you know, I don't want to just be, you know,
too sexy. It's funny because, again, you know, on Nonny we talk about so many things, and we have spoken about recently the sexualization of the black female body, and in Nigeria, before you could even say it's natural, big bum, big breast, but so many people are doing cosmetic surgery. You don't even know if somebody has or hasn't, because they're kind of all blending in. Do you feel pressure sometimes? Do you, you know, when you look at comments, even though I know you've got a strong foundation, do you sometimes feel like, do I need to get my boobs done? Do I need to lighten my skin? Do I need lighter hair? Because this is a common question for ladies in the spotlight.
No. I love melanin. I love to be dark skinned. I enjoy it.
Black girl magic.
Like I always feel like, you know, sometimes I feel like maybe I'm a little bit naive, because I've heard people, you know, have conversations about, something light skin. I'm like, I don't know how people see it, because sometimes if I see a light skinned girl or guy that is cute, I'm like, oh, that's a cute person. If I see dark, it's like, for me, it's just, I don't see it like that. That's not how I see it. I know that it exists. I know that's how it is, but that's not how my perspective is, you know. And you know, I don't feel like, I remember when I went to perform at this Big Brother Africa.
Wow, big show.
Yeah, and you know, I was taking this there's this drug I was taking, and it made me bloated, and the outfit that I'd taken to go,
medicine, by the way, you know, if you say drug in the UK,
no, medicine. No,
medicine.
It was for an injury that I had in my knee, and you know, it was bloating, and I took this outfit that I'd already planned on, because it's not Nigeria, so I didn't have like a plan B. So apparently, I was bloated, and I was wearing this crop top with like a mesh thing.
I know the feeling about being bloated.
And then, and then people went on social media and say, oh, why does somebody when I said, oh, why does Simi look fat in the tummy area? And I said, oh, because I'm fat in my tummy area. Because I don't, like, for me, like,
tiniest thing.
But I mean, like I said, I know that it comes with the territory, you know. So I'm kind of like a master shrugging things off. Yeah.
If you look at your career, and you've had quite a long career. You've done so many amazing things.
Thank you.
Where do you see yourself in that stage? You know, you spoke about your mum and how she had a great foundation for all of you, even though you had 3 elder brothers. Yes. Do you want to get married? Do you kind of feel like, yeah, I'm going to do this now and I'm going to have a break? Where are you in your life journey?
Well, I definitely want to get married. Yeah. I want to have beautiful babies.
I know you will.
Kids. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be realistic. You do, like, if you're gonna have children, for example, you do need a break. Yeah. You know, and you know, I'm the kind of person I like to multitask. Yeah. You know, I'm the kind of person that if I'm brushing my teeth, I can read a book at the same time. You know, or replying email.
Yeah, or the kettle's on and you're quickly doing something else. That's probably most women, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so I always think, I try to think ahead, like, okay, maybe while I'm pregnant, I can go to sound engineering school, you know, production school, you know, and do this. So like the time, it's not the time, it's just, so I'm cooking a baby and you know, learning something as well. And so when I come out, this is what, because you know, I understand that, you know, it's not the same as a guy. Guys just go.
I'm telling you, a guy can have 20 kids. He walks around, you don't know. You take the wrong medicine and people think you're pregnant. But exactly. I think it's important for you to do that. Like you know, everybody on the show knows I have 3 children.
Oh, wow.
I have an 8-month-old.
You look amazing.
Oh, really, girl?
Yes.
I'm not standing up. You look amazing. But, you know, I went back to work when she was a month old.
Oh, wow.
And it was so hard. Oh. And, you know, you had a lot of people say, oh, why are you doing this? Or, you know, you can feel judged sometimes, but as a woman and as a potential mother or a mother, you want to know that you can do everything. But I suppose in some industries, it's harder.
Yeah, it is. And like you said, I'm sure there will people that will you know, have judgments. But there's this mentality that I've always had. Like, I don't want anyone to steal my life away from me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if that sounds weird.
No, it doesn't. It sounds like a good lyric to a song. Let's collaborate.
I mean, not my spouse, not my children. Like, I want to love them with everything, but I want to love myself, you know, enough to give myself time and give myself, you know, like what I need to, because I always feel like you can't give what you don't have. Yeah. You know, so if I don't feel fulfilled enough, you know, so I know that I need to work. I get restless. I need to work. So I understand it. So, you know, I'm already planning ways I'm gonna have to juggle.
It's good to plan. You need to. I'm telling you. But do you kind of have, talking to you, I would say you're a good role model.
Thank you.
For, you know, younger people who are looking up to you. Do you feel like you are a role model? Who are your role models as well?
Well, my biggest role model is my mom. Yeah, she's the strongest person I know.
Wow.
I know the kind of things she's been through. I really admire her.
Wow. And what does she think about your career?
I mean, she's so proud of me.
Aww.
You know, and that makes me happy. Sometimes I just, like, I remember one of the prayers I used to pray. I'm like, God, please, I want to spoil my mom. Help me.
Yeah. Set me off here. Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, you know, because I know, you know, the kind of sacrifices that she made as a mom for me and my brothers, you know, and just to be able to, you know, put a smile on her face and make her know that it was worth it.
Wow.
You know, yeah. And, well, I hope that I'm a role model. I want kids to look at me and to say, oh, I want to, you know, do things she's done or even more, you know, so yeah.
Do you fear for some of these young girls that are, you know, growing up wanting to be in the industry and just how far to the extremes it's been? Again, I'm referencing it, but we can't deny the Cardi-Nicki beef. It's the biggest, it's even the biggest thing in kind of Harper's Bazaar and Vogue at the moment. But just like kind of the battle between 2 talented black women. Do you sometimes fear that there is such a battle underneath and people are being pushed to extremes for fame?
Yes. I'm actually most scared of social media.
Wow.
You know, I feel like there's so much, like, there's so much fakeness there, you know, and then kids, you see 9-year-old girls with access to Instagram, and I know the kind of things I see on Instagram, even from people I don't follow, you know, so it scares me, you know, and then you have people that are trying to live up to standard that isn't real, that's not even real. I think sometimes we get stuck on social media and we forget that there's such a life outside of social media.
Right. Do you know what's to me? Thank you so much for joining us on Nonny. You're such beautiful role model, and I wish you more success. And I do want that follow back on Instagram. That's it from my Simi discussion. I hope you'll agree that she's such an amazing girl. Guys, if you want to catch this episode online, you can at yangatv.com, and you can also catch every other episode. Join me next time where I'll be back in the studio with my amazing guests. See you later.